Hi, I'm Idiran Joseph Albano, and our topic is Apache Mahout with my partner, Marco Malbar. So, a Mahout is one who drives an elephant as its master. The name comes from its close association with Apache Hadoop, which uses elephant as its logo. We are living in a day and we age where information is available in abundance. The information overloads has scaled to such heights that sometimes it becomes difficult to manage in our little mailboxes. Imagine the volume of data and records some of the popular websites, the likes of Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, have to collect and manage on a daily basis. It is not uncommon even for lesser known websites to receive huge amount of information in bulk. Normally, we fall back on data mining algorithms to analyze bulk data to identify trends and draw conclusions. However, no data mining algorithm can be efficient enough to process very large data sets and provide outcomes in quick time unless the computational tasks are run on multiple machines distributed over the cloud. We now have new frameworks that allow us to break down a computation task into multiple segments and run each segments on different machine. Mahout is such a data mining framework that normally runs coupled with the Hadoop infrastructure at its background to manage huge volumes of data. So what is Apache Mahout? Mahout aims to build and support community of users and contributors such that the code outlives any particular distributors involved or any particular company or university funding, and focus on real-world practical use cases as opposed to bleeding-edge research or unproven techniques. And last, provide quality documentation and example. Apache Mahout is a powerful, scalable machine learning library that runs on top of Hadoop and MapReduce. Machine learning is a discipline of artificial intelligence focused on enabling machines to learn without being explicitly programmed, and it is commonly used to improve future performance based on previous outcome. Mahout can be used to solve some common business problem. Mahout was already released in 2009, and since then it constantly extended and kept up to date by very active community. Originally, it contained scalable algorithm closely related to Apache Hadoop and MapReduce. However, However, Mahout has since evolved into a back-end independent environment that operates on non-Hadoop cluster or single nodes. Mahout is supported by three pillars: recommendation, classification, and clustering. Recommender can be classified as being user-based or item-based and can be used to attract users and suggest products by mining user behavior. And classification techniques decide whether a thing deserves to be a part of some type or not. And clustering group objects of a similar nature in one place. Recommendation, classification, and clustering. Mahout provides the data science tools to automatically automatically find meaningful patterns in those big dataset. The Apache Mahout project aims to make it faster and easier to turn big data into big information. Recommendation mining takes user behaviors from that tries to find item user might like. Recommendation uses your information along with community information to determine the likelihood of you preparing a product or not. Netflix is one of using recommendation to suggest movies that might you like or also some online shopping application. For example, Lazada and Shopee uses recommendation when you search some product in there in there the next time you open the application it will show in the home page the product you recent searching and it's related to that product. Social networking site like Facebook use variants on recommender techniques to identify people most likely to be as yet unconnected friends. Classification uses known data to determine how new data should be classified into a set of existing categories. So every time we mark or unmark an emails as spam, we directly influence our emails classification engine for flagging future spam. Mail service providers such as Yahoo and Gmail use this technique to decide whether a new mail should be classified as spam. The categorization algorithm trains itself by analyzing user habits or upmarking certain mails as spam. Based on that, the classifier decides whether a future mail should be deposited in your inbox or in the spam folder. iTunes application uses classification to prepare playlists. So, clustering. Ever wonder how Google News is able to group similar news article together? Here's the hint. They don't have 1,000 news editor on staff. They use the clustering technique. Clustering forms group of similar data based on common characteristic. Unlike classification, clustering does not group data into existing set of known categories. This is particularly useful when you aren't sure how to organize your data in the first place. Google News uses this powerful technique to make sense of ever-changing stream of news articles from around the world, enabling you to keep up with the latest event. Here are the advantages and disadvantages of Apache Web Server. So let's start with the advantages. The source code of Apache is available for free to anyone and no license is required. It can be modified to adjust code and also to fix errors. The ability to add more features and modules make it a favorite among techniques. It is highly reliable and performs better. It can be installed easily. The changes made are recorded immediately even without restarting the server. Apache can run on almost any operating system like Windows, Linux, and other. It is regularly maintained and updated. And it is an effortless task to get help for Apache web servers as its technical support is readily available on several websites all over the world. And the documentation of Apache is quite useful and it's very extensive. With Apache Web Server, multiple websites can be run from the same server. In other word, it can create virtual hosts on the same server. And last, it is flexible. So here's the disadvantages. With the enormous possibilities an Apache web server can offer, there is very little that an Apache web server cannot do. Yet it has a few disadvantages. So one of the prominent features of Apache is its ability to modify its configuration. This, however, can cause a serious threat to the security if not dealt properly. Next, while creating personalized protocol means new bugs will also be created. Thus, need for debuggers arise and requires a strict updating policy that need to be done regularly without fail, and recognizing and disabling unwanted services and modules, leaving them on could cause serious threats. And last, Apache is a process-based server. So, why your chosen data mining tools is the best among others? So, here's our answer to that question. Hadoop is an Apache open source Java-based framework that allows distributed processing of large dataset across clusters of commodity computers using a simple programming model like MapReducing algorithm. MapReduce splits big data over several nodes in order to achieve a parallel computing. It is designed to scale up from single servers to thousand of machines, each operating local on computation storage. The actual features of Mahout is that it's highly scalable because it runs algorithms on top of Hadoop environment with support of MapReduce and HDFS or Hadoop Distributed File System. As compared to other traditional machine learning tools like R, Weka, Octave, and many others, Mahout is a very good complement when you are dealing with massive datasets. The traditional application running the algorithms on top of such huge amount of data are most likely to fail. That's where Mahout gets its importance, even though it has the capability to run in standalone mode. So here's the company using Hadoop or Apache Hadoop: Yahoo, Facebook, Amazon, AOL, and IBM. And Google has released their own version of DFS, Distributed File System. And last, Aadhaar, its scheme, is going to use Hadoop.
Good day, sir. I'm Marcovel M. Malvar, and I will report key features of Apache Mahout. Proven algorithm. Mahout used a set of algorithms to try to solve common problems encountered in many industries. The algorithm of Mahout are written on the top of Hadoop, so it works well in distributed environment, scalable to large datasets. Designed to distribute across large data center cluster that run Apache Mahout and applied a map-reduce paradigm. Scalable goal: be as fast and efficient as possible given the industry design of the algorithm. Some algorithms would not scale to massive machine cluster, other fit logical on a map reduce framework like Apache Mahout. Still others will need alternative distributed program models. Be pragmatic, meaning solving problems in a sensible way that suits the condition that really exist now, rather than obeying fixed theory idea or rules. Active and open community map. Mahout has its own community forum, allowing the discussion between users to address issues. Companies using Mahout include for commercial uses. Adobe AMP use Mahout a clustering algorithm to increase video consumption by better user targeting. AOL use Mahout for shopping recommendation. BuzzLogic use Mahout clustering algorithm to improve ad and targeting. NewsCurd use Mahout to generate cluster of news article and surface the important story of the day. Twitter use Mahout LDA implementation for user interest modeling. Yahoo Mail use Mahout frequent patterns set meaning. That will be the end of our report. I hope you have a better understanding about the Apache Mahout. Thank you for listening.